Hi everyone, this is Jim. Welcome to this Blitz test postmortem, a postmortem of my Blitz game number 360. I was white here, and I decided to play the English and even to try out the Botvinnik system. So I get into it via this move order where I played g3 in the early fan cut with the bishop. There are lots of other move orders here. Black chooses the most common reply here, e5. And I go with knight c3. Clamping down on the light square is to be followed up with bishop g2, and black plays c6. And I continue with my plan of bishop g2. Actually, there's another plan here, which is to play knight f3. And if you think about it, this is like a Alpine Sicilian with the colors reversed. And I'm attacking this pawn here. Like you do in the c3 Sicilians, you attack this pawn with your knight or with the push d4. And because of these pawns, black doesn't have the normal way of defending the pawn. He's kind of induced to push the pawn forward. So interesting way to play. And then the knight hops into d4 in this case after the pawn push. But that was not what I was trying for in this game. I wanted to get to the Botvinnik setup. So right here, my opponent could have stopped my plans by playing d5. And it looks like that's the main choice here. And that's if you know your opponent is going for the Botvinnik setup and you don't like that idea, you want to try and find a way to avoid it. d5 is often the move that busts it up, playing it before he gets two pawns in the center. But my opponent went with a more quiet move, d6. Not a bad move, but just lets me get the setup I want. And of course I could continue with d4 myself, but that's not my plan. So I get the complete setup here. And you see the position is about even. Knight g2, knight c5 in the computer's evaluation. Maybe knight c5 is not an accurate move. He's violating one of the rules of the opening not to move a piece twice. There's no big deal about the knight going to c5. It is hitting the d3 square, but I'm going to play my pawn to d3 anyway, and this pawn will be well defended. So knight c5 doesn't accomplish a whole lot. It looks like the engine suggestions here are h5, which is kind of interesting. Staying in the middle and going for a kingside attack, or a6, building up on the queen side. Okay, knight c5. It does get out of the way of the bishop, but it allows me to play d3 and complete my setup. Bishop g4, hitting the knight, and I go ahead and castle. So now I've got the whole thing set up, and I guess the engine starts to like white's position around here. Well, it's starting with that move, knight c5. The engine really didn't like that move. So I have a comfortable position. My opponent plays h6. I play f3 to kick the bishop. It drops back to e6, and I play a3 to start my build-up on the queen side. I could have played b4 immediately. Let's back up. Probably b4 is the better move. Yeah, b4 is the engine's choice. Okay, it jumps around, but it's one of the top choices. Just the immediate b4. There's no need in this case to play a3 as a build-up. But what it allows is this funny tactic here. So I was thinking my center was secure and I didn't really have to worry about my king's safety because of this Botvinnik setup. But of course you can't let generalities like this overrule the specifics of the position. There's a real threat here of moving this knight with tempo, so you have to be aware. When I played this f3 move, I opened up a line to my king, and my system is no longer as secure as it once was. So I need to do something about that. Unfortunately, I noticed, actually I almost missed it because I was somewhat lulled into a sense of complacency. But I block the I block that threatened check with the bishop, and now of course there's a pin. And I don't know how my opponent could miss this. I mean, every time you've got a pin, you're always looking for a pawn move that's going to exploit the pin. And he just completely ignored it. And, so anyway, I win a piece here. And I think we'll just fast forward through the game up until there's one point at the end which is interesting. So he played rook d8. And if you see, I just keep my advantage here. I grab the knight. And there was nothing better at this point. You see the evaluation has switched to right at this point. b4 is the move, and the advantage is +3, meaning I'm just winning a piece here, and there's no way out. Castling maybe is a little more accurate than rook d8, but all of these moves leave black in a lost game. So let's just go through it. I keep moving forward with my pieces. Exchanges help me, and gaining space and putting pressure. You have to put pressure on your opponent in order to force exchanges. So that's the game plan here, and not playing anything stupid. So he gave away this square here. Maybe there was no way to prevent it, the knight from coming in there, but that's a good square for the knight. And I just keep moving forward with my pieces. He tries to get a little counterplay on the queen side, but it's just a little too far away from reality. He pushes on, and he makes some progress. And right here, yeah, I'll stop right here. Okay, this is the tactical quiz moment. My opponent played queen to a4, which is, of course, a ridiculous move, leaving this pawn on g7 undefended. But the quiz here is after queen to a4, there's a mate in 3. So can you spot the mate in 3? I didn't play it, so you can't look at the look at the moves I actually played, and what I played wins as well, but it's not the mate in 3. So take a moment, pause the video, and see if you can spot a mate in 3 here after black plays queen a4. Okay, I'm going to give the answer away. Queen a4 starts with rook takes g7 check. There's only one move for the king. And now the follow-up is rook g8 check. A very clever move, setting up a smothered mate. This is the idea I missed. So the king has no moves. He has to take. And then the knight comes in here to f7, checkmate. So if you spotted that one, good going. So I didn't play that. I played, after king h8, I played queen g2, just tripling on this file. And now there's a mate in 7, so there's no escape anyway. So it's not like I gave anything away, but... and also the final tactic is just taking the knight here. You want to clear this h7 square for the queen to come in with tempo, so taking the knight is with check, and that wins. It also, rook to g8 check wins, once again with this knight f7 mate idea, but I hadn't spotted that. So after rook takes h7, my opponent resigned here. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave any comments you have in the section below, and I will see you again soon. Bye.